What's going on YouTube? It's JB back again with the keyboard and mouse progression video. Right now you're seeing a little bit of my improvement, but I want to show you how I got there in this video, so stick around and find out exactly what I'm doing to improve each week. So if you've been watching the videos, I've been precisely doing the same exact routine each week. Before I even got onto Fortnite, I would hop on the Kovacs for a couple hours to sharpen my aim, and then I would do the same on Fortnite and sharpen my aim even more. But this is my favorite training map. This is the Panville warm-up map that I like to do every single day because it gets my mechanics warmed up and it's so nice. I'm still noticing that I'm messing up my edits and my builds in the beginning of this week. But I will say towards the end of the week, as we get farther and farther along the video, man, I started hitting clips and it felt so rewarding after all the hard work I put in. After 21 days, I can finally say I found a sensitivity that fits me perfect. Like I said, that is probably the one thing that is the most difficult, finding your sensitivity that fits you. But after 3 weeks of searching and feeling out sensitivity, I'm going to test this out and not change it for a very long time. And that is one thing you got to focus on. You got to find one sensitivity for you and just hammer it. And what that sensitivity is I have for my X and Y, I have 4.5 on 1600 DPI. Fierce Piece Control map version 3 is something that I've played more than any other map when training. And then of course I would hit the Raiders edit course to sharpen my editing skills even more. Man, it feels good to hit triple edits consistently. Even still here in the beginning of the week, I was messing up. But each day I would start to make less and less mistakes. Eventually where I can hit this completely without messing up. One thing I'm going to work on next week is making my crosshair tighter and tighter. It's still a little out of place, as this was the beginning of the week of me finding my sensitivity. So next week we're going to focus on our crosshair placement more than anything, and eventually that's going to open up everything for us. If you want to test your mechanics out, I insist on doing piece control tunnels because you got to claim every ounce of space that you are going to do in a regular fight, and it allows you to be a little speedy and improve your speed. Of course, one of my favorite things to do while training is 1v1. I think that's the most important thing before getting into duos and trios and everything, is sharpen your 1v1 fighting. If you didn't know this by now, if you have one bullet left in your Havoc shotgun, it shoots slower. But if you have it fully reloaded, it shoots as soon as you're done editing. And I figured it out this week. I don't know if you know that, but there's a cool tip. As you can see in this clip, my crosshair placement was still going crazy. And if I'm going to get better, I'm going to have to tighten it up. I will say, if you practice your aim, man, it gets broken. And it was so fun just to see my improvement on my aim. I think, personally, that's the biggest improvement so far in week 3, was my aim is getting so much better. One thing I noticed that I'm doing wrong is I'm swinging my axe at the wall twice. Make sure you do not do that. I do it quite a bit, and after editing all these videos, it's technically a VOD, I realize stuff that I can easily get better at. And once you start to beat your personal score on Kovacs, I mean, that right there tells you that your aim is getting better. Now, staying on Kovacs for a couple hours is cool and all, but make sure you're practicing your aim on Fortnite too, because it is a different feel. And as soon as I hopped on Fortnite that day, that's exactly what I did. Clicks has this new challenge mode aim training map, so if you want to look that up online. But look how tight my aim is just by changing it this week. It felt so much better. And there's a time limit on these challenges, so again, you can test your aim out to see if it's getting better each week. At this point in the week, I started to note a difference in my editing and my crosshair placement and just everything in general when it comes to Fortnite. And this was also my favorite map to practice on. This is the realistic edit map. I'll put the code down in the description, but man, y'all gotta try this. Listen, if y'all have any tips and tricks in the comments, let me know, please. I'm trying to do everything it takes to get better. This time it was the middle of the week, and I finally started to hit some solid clips. They're not quite great yet, and we'll eventually get there with the crazy piece control and stuff, but these were pretty solid for only being week 3. After hammering my triple edits, I finally hit a clip because of it. Man, the flicking on Kovacs helped me a lot on this clip right here. One of the coolest feelings in box fights is when you have a spammer like this, and not quite a pre-fire, but I timed my aim up perfectly, and I sent him back to the lobby. If you're having trouble with your timing, this is one of the coolest maps that I figured out this week. It allows you to edit walls that are so close to, it goes to easy all the way down to extremely hard. The piece control with the build replace tunnels and the Raiders practice map version 3 are pretty cool because it allows you to move fast again, but also adding another step to it. Still not placing all the builds I need to, still trying to feel comfortable, still feels slightly awkward pressing all my buttons. So after hitting the clicks challenge all week, This was my best time, and of course it was on the last day of the week before I posted this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried this Clicks aim training map challenge, and let me know your times. I want to be curious on how y'all are doing. This is one of the coolest maps. Again, it's cool switching from controller to keyboard and mouse because it allows me to do maps that I've never done before. I go on YouTube and just search up edit courses, and this is what came up. This is one, again, Raider piece control maps or Raider edit course maps are the best for training your mechanics. He even has one for his aim trainer, which I see a lot of pros use daily. If you've been thinking about switching to keyboard and mouse and you feel like you've hit a wall on controller, do it now. It is possibly one of the best decisions I've ever made on Fortnite, because the ceiling for my improvement and my talent has just gone up massively. And if you are a phenomenal controller player and you keep getting better every week, do not switch. It doesn't make any sense. Continue to master your skills on that. Finally, on the last day, I finally decided to hop into some pubs, and it was hard to record. My ping kept jumping up to 425 when I'm used to having 10 to 20 ping or 20 to 30 in pubs. In this season, they finally added some mobility, but man, third partying has got to be at its worst more than anything, which is okay because it allows me to claim space and build out. But it still kept frustrating me all week. This is when my ping decided to jump up to 500. And somehow, I don't know how I got the kill. The shot registered like 20 seconds after, but I still got the kill somehow. They need to nerf the Mammoth pistol. This thing is broken. I was watching FNC this past weekend, and man, people were rotating and getting shot in like half a second. And for some of them, their FNCS ended right there because of it. I decided to go for Rift Island, and when I got up there, he already got it. But you know what? The only way to get better is to W key. When you hide in bushes, that's cool and all for some big tournaments and stuff. But if you're in pubs or regular rank, make sure you're W keying. That is the only way to see if you are getting better, not by hiding. The peanut butter edit is go-to, but at this point I'm in shambles. I have no slurps. I need to get a big shot on my opponent, or that's it. After recording for hours and hours of pubs, man, I hopped into rank and the same thing was happening every time. I would get killed by another third partier or a fourth partier sometimes. Like, what is happening? After recording all week, I finally fixed my audio so we can hear in-game sounds going forward. Rule number 1 of the season, make sure you're built up if you try to do something in your inventory. In this week's Pubs edition, I died a lot. I had to show you a couple kills in there, but I consistently died a lot. And that's what happens when you try to bring your mechanics from creative to pubs. It is very different. The ping is higher. But that's one thing that we gotta work on each week, and you'll see the improvement. So that is going to be it for this week's video. Please let me know what you think of the video, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. I have goals that I want to reach, and I want to create a community with you guys so I can give back to y'all in the future. But next week, like I said, we're going to practice zone wars a lot more, and we're going to hit a lot more pubs up. Appreciate y'all watching the video. I'll see y'all next week.